Hi guys, I hope you're all having a good night. Welcome to our final video on Wonder and what will be our final assignment with Wonder. What we will be doing is watching the movie in class, and we will do some comparing and contrasting, and then of course discuss what we find. But first, I want to talk a little bit about movies versus books in general. Because when you think about it, there are really only two main ways that we experience stories in our culture. We experience stories through text, such as novels, and we experience stories through film. And one thing I want you guys to realize is that both of these are very respectable art forms. A lot of the times you'll hear people bashing the movie, but when people watch a movie, I don't think everyone really understands the amount of work and creative process that goes into making a film, and especially getting to that final product. And really, the same goes for a book. We all enjoy reading and experiencing the story that the author creates for us, but for a lot of people, it can be difficult to really comprehend the process and everything that's involved when a writer creates an entire novel. Now, of course, there is this argument that the book is always better. We've all heard that. The book is always better. And I think one of the reasons for that is that most of the time, people experience the book first, and the story is already played out in their minds. And when that happens, and then they experience the film version, it can sort of conflict with the way the story played out in their minds, and that can sort of account for the adverse feelings that people have about a film that was made out of a book that they enjoyed. And of course there's the fact that the book will always give us more detail. It's just sort of impossible sometimes to fit everything that happened in a novel into a film. It's just not possible. So that's obviously one of the big differences. But like I said, what I want you guys to think about is that these are both very respectable art forms, and just leave yourself open to appreciate both. I mean, even if maybe you're not getting as much from the movie, just sometimes let yourself enjoy it and think about the choices that the filmmaker made, just like we're always thinking about choices that the author has made, and think about it as a work of its own and how the filmmakers went about doing what they did. But also, comparing and contrasting the two can be fun, and it's worth doing. So that is exactly what we will be doing for our final assignment with Wonder. And there are a lot of things I want you guys to think about while doing this comparing and contrasting. One thing is I want you to think about the tone of the book, or even just certain scenes, meaning how they made you feel, the tone. Because with the movie, there are things like the music and the movements of the camera that can sort of tell you how to feel. They direct you in a certain way. And with the novel, there are less things like that sort of direct your feelings a certain way, so you're able to make those decisions on your own and decide how you feel about something that happens. So maybe when we're watching the film, just think about a particular scene and the way the filmmakers portrayed that, and think about how it matched up with you and the way you had it in your mind when you read the book. Another thing to think about is the choice in actors and the characters. How do they match up? Were they close to how you imagine them, or were they way off? And with Wonder in particular, this is very important, especially with Auggie, because there was a lot of decision making that went into how they should make Auggie look in the film. I want you guys to take note, obviously, of missing scenes, meaning what the filmmakers decided to keep and what they decided to leave out. Obviously, stuff is always left out. Most of the time, people don't want to sit and watch a 3 to 4 to 5 hour movie, so they have to edit things down, and so that's a big thing to watch out for. What scenes were left in, what scenes were left out. think about if the filmmakers left out anything essential that really kind of just made you think that needed to be there. So what we will do is we will pass out something like this. You've all seen the Venn diagram before, and I think I will give you each 2 of these. We'll do one on a character. I'll let you pick one character to do a Venn diagram on. Say you pick Via, and you're writing about how Via is portrayed in the movie versus the book, and then the similarities between both. I think we'll hand out one more and have you do it on the movie in general, as far as what scenes were left in, what scenes were left out, how those scenes were portrayed, and how you felt about it. So we'll do 2 Venn diagrams, a character, and the movie in general. So I think that's about it for this video. I will see you guys in class. Have a good night.